diys-by-dar. This week I am going to upcycle some thrifted glass containers and turn them into succulent terrariums, a project that took under 2 hours. If you stay to the end, I will give you a sneak peek of my project. Here are the glass containers that I used, and the 3 in the back that you see on the pedestals. I decided not to do that because they're going to be filled with sand, and I had this fear that they'd tip over, so I didn't glue them. First, take some floral rounds and get your glue gun out, and you are going to affix them to the bottom of your containers. Now, this is just to keep them in place because they're going to be filled with beach sand, so they'll stay in place from the sand. So just get them in there and press them down and get them stabilized. The first one is a very small container, so I just needed one of the floral rounds, and I went ahead and filled it with my beach sand. And this beach sand was a little bit wet. Now, this one I needed to add some pieces on the outside, and you can see I want it level with that green round, but I'm going to have to put some sand underneath them to hold them up. And also that sand is going to hide the ends of that green foam from the outside of the glass so you won't see them. So make sure you get the sand away from your round, and it's not that they're really going to hold there for support. It's just to keep them in place until you get your sand affixed around all of them. And just start lining them up. Make sure they're level with your base green round and continue and go all the way around. Now you can take and pack some sand underneath those to help support them once you get them in place. And the last one I had to cut into a kind of a small piece to fit in there. And now I'm ready to fill the container with the rest of the sand that it needs, scoop by scoop, and then just one more because I could still see that green foam, and just spread it around and tap it down. And it should be good to go, and we are ready to put our plants and our succulents inside our containers. This is what they look like from the side. You can see how much I filled them and how much space that I left. Now, if your plants you're going to put in are too tall, you're going to have to snip them off, of course, with some good cutting pliers. Since this is a bigger bowl, I am starting in the center. And it kind of works like when you're planting perennials. If it's a center, you put your taller ones in the very center and work your way down. There's my pile of rocks that I also got from the beach that I'm going to use. Here comes my first succulent, and you will see that I do continually rotate the bowl around and around because I want to make sure that I have the progression right, and so it looks really cohesive together. Now this one was a little bit too tall. I was hitting the bottom of the bowl, so I needed to take my pliers again and snip the bottom because I wanted to press this into the sand a little bit more. so it just was a bit deeper. Now here I come with a handful of created beach glass and a handful of small wood pieces that I also did get from the beach. And these are the last two things that I am going to put in each bowl, is a little piece of wood where I think it needs a touch and where it will go. And then I'll put in maybe 3 pieces of the created beach glass. And yes, I created this beach glass. If you have a rock tumbler, you can make your own beach glass. You just use the coarsest grain that you have and you throw your glass in there. And glass really only needs to go for 2 days or 3 days and it will look like a piece of beach glass. Now here is the completed bowl. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it around on a better level so you can see it. And like I said, this sand is wet right now. When it dries, it will look nice and sandy and yellow and very appealing like a beach. Now I'm going to do the 2 smaller ones. And like I said with perennials, when you're planting them, you want to put the tallest in the middle and then work your way all the way around, or you put the tallest in the back and then you work your way forward. So I'm going to go ahead and make up these 2 small ones and we'll go from there. And there we have the smallest and the next to smallest container. Here they are from the side. And remember, all 4 of these took me under 2 hours to create them, which is really great for booths. Now, I'll go over the pricing with you here a little bit. The largest one cost me $9. The next to largest was $6. The next to largest was $6. And the smallest was $5. So it was $26 total out-of-pocket cost. This is how I'm going to sell these. The largest will be $25.95. The next to largest, $19.95. The next to smallest, $15.95. And the smallest, $12.95. So that is a net of $48 and a 2.8% increase. So this is just really a quick, great project for booths. Hey, you guys, thanks for watching. This is my April 28th piece for a challenge. Look forward to getting that one up for you guys to watch. It's a doozy. Thank you. Like and subscribe. See you next Sunday at 7.